All right. What's going on, everyone? Chris the Chef Sports Cards here. We are doing 2024 Top Stadium Club half compact case break number 11. Welcome, welcome, welcome. First 8 boxes of a fresh case, first half of a fresh case. Especially if you're new to the channel, welcome. A little bit about us. We've been around for over 7 years now. We break mostly baseball. We ship all cards from every break. We're very generous with the top loading, and we ship as quickly as our little hands will move. If you are new to the channel, do us a huge favor and hit the old subscribe button there. eBay continues to run their sweepstakes. No purchase necessary there. Go to any of our eBay listings. Look in the description. There's a link. You can follow that and win some free cards. And of course, as always, don't forget chefsportscards.com, our website. We just put some fresh breaks up over there. Bo Jackson Battle Arena selling out fast. Huge hits came out of the last break. Also some Bowman Draft Super Jumbo and Prism Baseball, which is brand new, just came out with a really great checklist. Check out that checklist. A lot of big names in that one. All right, let's go over the teams. D-backs, Pablo L. Braves, Patrick V. Orioles, Daniel O. Red Sox, Ben L. Cubs, Bill R. White Sox, Jason C. Reds, Joe R. Guardians, Carl J. Rockies, Mitchell F. Tigers, Thomas M. Royals, Eddie K. Astros, Mitchell F. Angels, Eddie K. Dodgers, Chipper M. Brewers, Mario H. Twins, Mitchell F. Marlins, Jason C. Mets, Mitchell F. Yankees, Joe R. A's, Mitchell F. Phillies, Jason L. Or wait, is that Jason C? Yeah, Jason C. I'm sorry. My bad handwriting. Pirates, Leonardo R. Cardinals, Michael L. Padres, Joe R. Giants and Mariners, Jason C. Rays, Mitchell F. Rangers, Pablo L. Blue Jays, Mitchell F. And Nationals, Joe L. Man, my handwriting just gets worse and worse. There's got to be something said for that when you can't read your own handwriting. I don't know. It's not good. All right. Let's open some cards. Good luck, everybody. Tomorrow is like a football person's glory. I was reading an article today. They were saying, I think you can watch like 15 straight hours of football tomorrow, something like that, between college and pro. So nuts. I'm sure many, many people out there will. That's a little bit. That's a lot of football. I love football. But I don't know if I can sit through 15 hours straight hours. Need a break in there somewhere. All right, here we go. Good luck, everyone. Bogarts. For Atlanta, Darius Vines, rookie auto. For Patrick. Clemens red and Elaine Thomas on the chrome. Tomorrow night, we're doing a full case of Onyx Rips as a player break. I don't do a lot of player breaks around here. It's Onyx's first licensed product that they're doing. Corbin Carroll. Randy Johnson to 75 for Arizona. 65 of 75. Mauricio Chrome. So 30 autos in there. Lots of big names. Should be fun. So check it. Keep an eye out for that one tomorrow night. Tony Gwynn. Christian Scott. Freddie Peralta Black. So I guess they got licensed by the Players Association. So I don't know. We'll see. Cards should look different. Peralta, Cowser, Matt Olson, Power Packed, Raphael, Red Rookie, and Trey Turner. We also got some Topps Chrome update. Sapphire tomorrow night, and second half of this case, second half of the Stadium Club case. Lots of fun stuff. Colton Cowser, a green chrome for the Orioles. Nico Red and Yoshida. Trey. Henry Davis. Pete Alonso, Velocity. Stan Musial, Red, and Joey Loperfido. Jeets. Kirby Puckett on the Fractor for Minnesota. Tyler Black and Hoppa. Mitchell as the Twins. Ty Cobb. Mike Trout. And the Going Yard short print Jordan for Houston. For Mitchell. And Freddie Freeman chrome on the back. All right, one down, 7 to go. Marcus Semien, Alvarez, Corbin Burns, Black, Verlander. Kieran Paris. Yamamoto Special Forces. Pee Wee Reese and Sal Frelick Rookie Chrome. Yeah, man. How you been, Joe? Good? Yeah, we've been doing all right. Pulled a bunch of stuff out of draft. Barry Larkin, Green Chrome, Seaver, and Belly. I don't know if you're on Instagram, Joe, but if you check us out on Instagram, I always kind of post like a lot of the big hits up there. And it gives you a tracker of big stuff we've been pulling, or hot stuff like that. It's kind of we use Facebook too, but really Instagram is like the main thing. We did regular update last week, not up Chrome update. Ray Campanella, the very last card of the very last pack pulled Paul Skeens auto out of. Yeah, man, tell me about it. I know. I have nothing for my wife. Although we made an agreement to not really do anything, my wife and I, this year. But you know how that goes. Like, you can only play that card so far. Mookie Betts refractor. Cease and haze. My wife had this crazy thing happen with her eye last month where she broke a blood vessel in her eye. Like, she doesn't even know how it happened, but like literally, like she couldn't see out of her eye. It was all this blood in her eye and stuff. And when she had to get surgery, and the the deductible was like ridiculous on it to get it, to pay for it. So I was like, look, we did that. Let's just, take it easy. But then, of course, we got to buy for everyone else. So it doesn't matter anyway. It still costs us a fortune. My son and all that nonsense. Card felt weird for some reason. Corbin Carroll and Bregman Blue for the Astros, 32 of 50. So we're trying to keep it on, a little bit low. And then my wife was like, well, she's a huge family. Huge. It's like ridiculous how big it is. My son has, at last count, and I'm probably wrong at this, he has 51 first cousins on my wife's side of her family. And it's probably higher than that now. And they do like a Pollyanna and stuff with the kids, but then we're like godparents to a bunch of them. And it's like, she's, oh, but we got to buy stuff for the kids that we're godparents. Like, it's all a scam. It's all a scam to get presents out of us. That's all there is to it. Brendan Walter for the Bo Sox. Brandon Walter. For Ben. Here you go, buddy. Oh, yeah. You don't get to get over on the whole combining. Like, here you go. Here's Christmas and birthday. That one doesn't play, right? The spring is kind of like that for me. My son's birthday is at the end of February, and then my wife's my anniversary is at the beginning of the first week of April, and then her birthday's like 4 weeks after that. It's like boom, boom, boom. It's brutal. Shohei? Hell no. Have you ever tried? You don't even try. Jackson Merrill, red rookie, and Lou Bob. Yeah, man. It's an expensive month. It is that for sure. I just hold on and hope there's still money left in the bank when we're done. When it came to presents for the family, I put an amount of money on my wife's card and was like, look, you can spend this. Here's a couple $1,000. You can use this for Christmas presents. Let's not go above that. And at least I'll get the cash back. Get 2% back or whatever. That wouldn't fly. There's a great, great, great Christmas movie. It's now like my favorite Christmas movie. It came out just a few years ago called 8-Bit Christmas. Volpe. If you haven't seen it, Baez Black, especially if you're in like the 40 to 50-year-old range, you have to see it. You'll love it. And it's basically the story of this like 12-year-old boy who wants a Nintendo. It's in like 1986. It takes place. And the parents won't give him a Nintendo. The story's great. The movie's excellent if you haven't seen it. But one of the funny things is two of his best friends are twin brothers and sisters who were born at like the week before Christmas. So they have a whole thing about how like they would have their party every year, and it would be like, not only would they have to share like presents between them, but it would also be their Christmas presents too. It's called 8-Bit Christmas. It's on HBO. Was it HBO? I think. Yeah. It's so good, especially like I said, if you're in that age group where you grew up in like the 80s, you'll really love it. Wade Boggs, Green Chrome. Hadley and Bagwell. It came out like maybe 2, 3 years ago. I just watched it again the other night. Ever since it's come out, I watch it every Christmas, and I just remember it as a kid. I mean, I was in 1986. I was like 13, 12, 13 years old, so it really hit home. Yeah, you'll love it, man. It's so good, and it's all about this whole group of kids in this town who won a Nintendo, and the one like rich kid has one, and he's like a total punk. But they always go over to his house, and then like something happens, and the whole town wants to ban video games. You remember how they used to ban everything when we were kids? Mookie Betts, Special Forces, Baez, and Riley Green. Yeah, tell me about it. It's really really a good movie. Like they had like a whole thing about like how video games were violent, and they were banning them from the town, and I was like, God, it's just like when we were kids. Devin Williams on the refractor for the Brewers, Hayes and Torres, and of course they do the whole Cabbage Patch Doll thing in it too. Like these people are killing each other for Cabbage Patch Dolls and stuff. Yeah, tell me about it. I wish I had all that old stuff. It's all worth a fortune now. Jackson Holiday rookie. Juan Soto. Castellanos red and Jared Jones. Yeah. Oh man. I think I've talked about this before, but my mother was one of those like her the best was Dungeons and Dragons. Oh god. She hated Dungeons and Dragons. Beto for the A's. For Mitchell. It was like the devil, Everything was, oh, these kids, they're so violent because of Dungeons and Dragons. I just feel like, no, mom, the kids playing Dungeons and Dragons are nerds. Jung and Abreu. Well, that was like, remember when I always relate it back to Tipper Gore and her, remember the warning, the music warning labels? uh, who was the one that really got that going? Was it Two Live Crew when they came out? That's when they really went nuts. I remember the like press conferences and yeah, note letters home from school and stuff. Yelich. Senga. Lofton and Beltray on the chrome. It's funny. I always expected, like, when my son was in school to get more, like, I guess it was an 80s thing. We always had, like, letters home to our parents for stuff that, like, was dangerous in the world. Like, I remember The Day After, that movie, The Day After, about nuclear war. What was that, like 83 or whatever? I remember that our school actually sent letters home to the parents to tell us to say that they shouldn't let the kids watch it because it's too disturbing. Like my whole like school district, they sent that home with the kids. Like we used to get stuff like that all the time that we had to take home to our parents. Like, oh, this is too much, or music. They shouldn't be listening to this music, or they shouldn't be, playing Dungeons and Dragons. Like, and I thought like when I was a parent, I would get stuff like I never saw anything like that from a school ever. Jeremy Pena Black and Jackson Churio Chrome. Oh yeah, absolutely. And my mother always God, it's coming back to me. My mother always related Dungeons and Dragons and Ozzy Osbourne together. Like they were always, if one came up, the other came up, and the Dungeons and Dragons. That's that Ozzy Osbourne music. Power packed full host. Clemente and Green. Like I can see it like here saying. Yeah, I never played it much either. I mean, a few times, but I never knew it really well. But my mother, man, she had like a real bias against Dungeons and Dragons. I don't think she knew what it was. So funny. Evan Carter, Triumvirate, Strawberry Red, and Lofton. It's so funny. I see all that stuff now, and I'm like, wow, man. I don't know what my mother would have been like with that stuff now. That's small potatoes now, you know. And my mother was a follower. Like if somebody had something to ban, she was all over it. One soda. Tom Glavine to 75 for the Bravos. 30 of 75. For Patrick. Yeah, yeah, that was my well. That's my mother. My mother's from Ireland. She's Catholic. Same exact thing. No matter what it was. It's another reason why the movie just plays so funny to me because it's like when they're trying to ban the video games, I could just like see my mother sitting in the middle of that room. Tristan McKenzie, Refractor, Moreno, and Buxton. Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I know exactly what you mean. My mother and I, we had a rough relationship, and my mother was a hitter, you know, Buxton velocity, as all our parents were in our generation. Like a lot of our mothers beat the hell out of us, you know. Like there's stuff now that I look back and be like, wow, some people might consider that abuse today. Like I could not go to a grocery store with my mother without getting a couple shots. Like now, in fairness, I was a jerk, you know, but also my mom was pretty quick to knock the hell out of you too. Here's a nice one for the Braves, Matt Olson Chrome Auto. It's not numbered. Huh. Anyway, nice one for the Bravos for Patrick. There you go, bud. Um, you know, my mother was she was quick to slap the hell out of you, you know, for pretty much anything when you were a kid. And my mother's preferred method was wooden kitchen spoons, and she would beat you with a wooden kitchen spoon with it till it broke. And as we got older, my sister and I, we learned how to get it to break really fast. Like if it hit you on certain parts, like on your like your you know, the front of your arm there or something, like you could get it to break pretty fast, and that was the end of the beating. You know. Excuse me, but Bobby Witt, Jack Leiter, and Buster Posey. Yeah, yardstick. Oh, that would be a vicious one too. Um, one time, I had one time when I was 8. This one was bad. I mean, I could tell you stories about this stuff all day, but one time when I was 8, I was playing with matches in the basement. My mother came down and caught me, and she dragged. It's amazing I can look back on this and laugh now. She dragged me up 2 flights of steps by my hair and beat me with an extension cord she pulled out of the wall. And that time when I went to school, a teacher actually asked me if I was okay. And again, this is like, you know, 1982, where people didn't pay a lot of attention to that kind of stuff. But I had like whip marks across my face. That was bad. She was vicious. So anyway, when I got to be like 13, I grew a lot. Right, I got like because I'm like 6'4", 275. Like that's and when I by the time I was 13, I was like I went from 5'2" to like 6'3" in like a year. So me and my mother, we got into it. I was thinking, or no, I must have been 14. My mother and I, we got into it, yelling, screaming about something. Torrey Hunter Black and Marcus Stroman. So I got up and got in her face, like all tough guy. Look the size of me. What are you gonna do? Thinking like, all right, now she's gonna back off. You know, after the years of getting the hell beat out of me, she's gonna back off. I never saw it coming, man. She hit me with a left that dropped me so fast. Like, I didn't even see it coming. And I was so embarrassed. Thinking like, all right, I'm gonna tough guy my mother right here and get her to back down. And she dropped me like I was like a bag of bricks. A-Rod and Lawler, rookie. Chrome. Yeah. I think about it now, like, you know, if we go through a supermarket and see a kid getting hit in a supermarket, like people freak out, you know? But back then, it's like nothing. Kutch Green Chrome and Sheehan. Yeah, my mother had a vicious left, man. That's when I learned that I could never really stand up to her, no matter how big I got. She was going to take me. Clemente. Gunner Special Forces. Here is a photo. Man, the Braves are killing this break. Photo proof. Dale Murphy for the Braves for Patrick. Which I believe is to 10 copies on the photo proofs. Photographer's proof, whatever you call it. Photographer's proof. Damn, they're in the fourth already. They only scored 23 points in this game. Jeez Louise. Pablo Lopez, Refractor. Hapa, Red, and Kim. Novelli Marte, Velocity. Rodriguez and Adley. Schneider, Freeman, and Samad Taylor for Kansas City. For Eddie. Man, feeling better from last week, but I still have this cough. It's brutal. Excuse me. Hernandez and Wagner. You know, the funny thing is, as I've gotten older and have talked to other people about, like, you know, mothers, our mothers who beat the hell out of us when we were kids, they all have stories of like what their mother used. Like one guy knew, he's like, oh, my mother used her shoe. She just take her shoe off and just beat you mercilessly with it. Or Roz, or like you said, your friend and his mother using the stick. Colton Cowser. Like every mother had their thing, you know? All right, 5 down, 3 to go. I was never a wait till your father gets home house. I was much more afraid of my mother than my father by a long shot. My father didn't want to have anything to do with it. Blackman Black, Chipper Jones. De La Cruz Special Forces and Churio Green for the Brew Crew. 3 of 199 on the Churio rookie, Greg Maddux. Luciano Bags, Boba Fett Triumvirate, CJ Red and Jordan. Stanton Velocity, Jung and Gibson. They blocked that kick. Yes, he did, man. Got that big old paw on it. Strumsky. Slammin' Sammy Refractor from the Cubbies. Wright and Williams. Slammin' Sammy Sosa. Caminero, Special Forces. Adele Red and Longoria. Clemente and Hunter Goodman for the Rockies. For Mitchell, Abbott and Leiter. Jones. Trout Power Packed. Shota Red Rookie and Kieran Paris. 2 to go. Oh, I know, man. Tell me about it. There's one place he could not have gone. It would have been nice if it wasn't the Mets. People were just really pissed because, like, they didn't even make a play for him. You know, I think a lot of people in Philly thought the Phillies were going to try to get him, and then after like negotiations were done, they're like, "Oh yeah, we never even talked to him." And people are just like, "What?" now we gotta see play him 22 times a year. It's crazy. What are you gonna do? It's got to play somewhere, I guess. Glass now. Tristan McKenzie Black and Joe Ryan. Yeah, right. I'm sure. Well, I'm sure you would have rather kept him too on the Yankees. Here's the Novelli Marte rookie design variation for the Reds. Joe. Here you go, bud. Yeah, I got to be honest. I didn't really follow it that closely, but yeah, I was a little surprised by it. But like I said, I wasn't really following it that closely. Um, I just heard about possible teams, but I honestly didn't even think about he was going to go to the Mets. I thought he was going to stay with the Yankees, to be honest. Especially because they went to the World Series and lost. Like a lot of times, you get guys who be like, "Well, I want to stay and finish," but in the end, it all comes down to money. Whole thing's crazy. I mean, you can't blame them. Hell, somebody's going to pay you. Go get the money. Full House. Here's a Yamamoto rookie. Sandberg on the green chrome. Churio red rookie. And Bichette. Yeah, I mean, you can't blame these guys. I mean, you'd love to think it's in an era like when we were kids where guys played with the same team their whole life. And it's just impossible. And why wouldn't you go get the money if you can, you know? Greg Maddux for the Braves, 55 of 75. They're going to have to figure something out, though, MLB with the salary cap. I mean, they're going to have to put some kind of salary cap in because these owners are so rich, they don't care about the luxury tax. I mean, the whole point was, well, we'll shy people away because they'll pay a 90% luxury tax. And now they're just like, oh, we don't care. So what if we pay 700 million in luxury tax? We're worth billions, So I mean, just because now you're getting back into Evil Empire stuff like in the 90s, when they did the revenue sharing and stuff, it kind of helped even it out a little bit. I mean, it's never going to be totally fair, of course, but now you're just back to some of these owners are so rich, they don't care, and as long as you're allowed to do it, then why won't they? Tom Seaver, refractor for the Mets. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're willing to carry a $500 million payroll and then pay another 300, 400 million in luxury tax, like, how do you compete with that? You know what I mean? Like, especially a team from, say, Pittsburgh or Milwaukee or Oakland or, any of these small market teams, like, they're like, we can't pay that in 10 years, no less one, Cabrera. So you end up with guys never going to places like that unless they have some personal reason to play in these places. And then you have teams like, I mean, I think we talked about last week with Otani. I mean, as far as we knew, Otani was going to sign with the Blue Jays last year, and then the Dodgers was like, wait, wait, before you get on that plane, we're going to offer you such an absurd amount of money that, and Toronto couldn't even come close to offering that. Zach Remillard for the White Sox and Max Muncy for the Dodgers, black and white. So I don't know. I mean, they got to figure out something better with or otherwise you're just going to get back into these kind of. It sounds kind of redundant to say because it does happen, but you're going to get to the point where the richest teams can just buy championships all the time, and everyone else is just, it's like F1, like they're playing second tier. Jason's got the White Sox. I mean, I certainly don't blame the players for going for money if they can get it, but these owners have to reel it in a little bit. Chris Bryant, like, I don't know. I don't know if it's just a hard set uh, cap that they need to have, but they got to figure something out. Because I mean, who's next? I mean, Does the next big player get $1 billion? I mean, last year when they signed Otani to his contract, even like the agents were saying, "Well, this is a one of a kind contract. Like nobody else is going to get paid this kind of money." And granted, I realize that Soto's contract is longer, but it was like, "Oh, you won't see another $700 million contract." Well, next year there's another $700 million contract. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, I I've talked about that a million times. All these teams are like, you know, they're like 4A teams for the Yankees and for the Red Sox and for, it's just somehow just doesn't quite seem fair, Stephen Kwan. And again, like I said, you can't really blame the players. I mean, hey, if you're willing to give them that kind of money, if you've, I'm sure everyone here's seen Moneyball a million times. I know I have. I love that movie. And it's funny because they bring up like Johnny Damon in the movie and they talk about it. And it's like, if you go by his statistics, would you pay him that kind of money? No, of course not. But Boston had that kind of money, so why not? Or who it was Boston signed him, right? Or the Yankees or whoever did. I can't remember. And like it's kind of the point of okay, maybe it's not worth it, but who cares? We have it, so let's go get him. And I mean, he's been a very good player. He was a very good player. Shota Green, rookie, and Matt Chapman. But when you have that much money, it doesn't matter. You just want to be the guy who pays the highest, so everybody wants to come there. For Bill, there you go. Nice Shota. 39 of 199. Yeah, it went to Boston before the Yankees, right? Yeah. But again, you think of like that if you look at that movie and you look at those players right there that came out, Giambi went to the Yankees, um, Damon went to the Red Sox, and who was the other one? It was the Isringhausen, was the pitcher, I think. I don't remember where he went, but again, they just come and cherry pick them away because there's no way they could afford to pay those guys what they can pay them. Pena, Green, Chrome, Perez, and which some way out there doesn't quite seem fair. I mean, if you have a player like Soto come up, how does a team like Pittsburgh, and again, I just use Pittsburgh because they're a smaller market team, like how did they even get in the conversation? Without having to give them the team in the end. No, I know, but I'm just talking. I know they had all those guys, but in the movie they were talking specifically. I think there was Giambi, um, the one pitcher. I think there was. I think it was Isringhausen they were talking about in the movie, who all got poached that one year. You know what I mean? Like that in that one off season after they were just in the playoffs and went back to the playoffs too. So, but again, it was just because somebody else could pay them more. Dominguez, red rookie, and BB. What's up, Carter? Yeah, the A's have had a lot of good players roll through there and move on to. I hope they get great support in Vegas. I think they will. I'd be very happy when they get there. I know it's a few years away, but the AAA team's always gotten great support there. Andre Dawson, refractor. And I certainly hope the pro team does too, because those guys deserve it, man. They got some good players on that team. Well, last year I know like the Aviators, who are the Vegas minor league team, was drawing like 5 times more than they were in Oakland. Mel Ott, Mark McGwire, purple chrome, 54 of 75. De La Cruz of velocity. Barry Larkin and McGwire again. Oh, not bad. I mean, I still, have stuff to do, but we're through the bulk of it. We got some a little catering action in the catering company. Nothing great, but not bad either. enough to keep the doors open. You know, just gotta find a day to go out and do some shopping. How you doing? All right, Carter? Are you ready for Christmas? You got all your stuff in line? Jim Abbott for the Yanks. Man, look at the classic Jim Abbott. He was amazing, man. He really was. Like I don't think I appreciated how good Jim Abbott was when he played. It took me till years later, not just from his defect, I don't want to call it his handicap or whatever you want to call it, physical impairment. He was good. He was really good, man. Yankees is Joe. And behind that, we got a black and white short print Paul Skeens, a rookie. Very nice. Yeah, that's a very cool card. Like I don't think I ever really appreciated what Jim Abbott was doing until his career was like already done. You know, he was amazing. He really was. Yeah. Wait, yeah, well, that's nice when you can get them to just ship them to the house. See, the problem is I always think that too. All right, career 263 games. He was 87 and 87. Career 425. 888 strikeouts. Amazing. He was amazing, dude. He really was. Yeah, my problem with that is it's great getting stuff delivered. I just order stuff too late. And it's like, oh, it's not gonna get here in time. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll be a day or two late. Last pack. Win. Yamamoto rookie. Shohei Power Pack. Koufax and Connor Phillips will close her out. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm gonna try to go out tomorrow for a little bit and pick up a few things. My son's done pretty much, so that I he got a couple big items and I got those out of the way. So I rather just I like it that way. You know, when it's something big, you just buy it. You're done. There you go. We're done. Move on. you know, instead of having to find a bunch of little stuff to give to them. All right. I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. As always, I couldn't do this without y'all, and I do truly, truly appreciate it. If you're not in any of our other breaks tonight, please stay safe, stay healthy out there. We will be here tomorrow night, too. We'll have the second half of this case. Plus, what do we got? Top Scrum update Sapphire tomorrow night. That Onyx Rips player break, which should be fun. So come and check us out if you can. Otherwise, please have a wonderful holiday. We're not going to be here on Sunday. We'll certainly do website breaks if we get those full. Go to the website. We got a bunch of new stuff up over there. It's moving fast, so we'll do website breaks for sure. But after tomorrow, that's it for eBay until after Christmas. All right. Vikings, no way. Eagles are going to get the number one seed, baby. Not going to happen. Vikings, please. Please. All right, hit recap for 2024 Top Stadium Club 8. I'm sorry, half compact case break number 11. Okay, some refractors. Well, actually, we got a bunch of rookies, and I'm not going to, stuff like that over here. We'll go through and make sure those are all taken care of. We got blacks and rookies and stuff. We're going to go through and pull out the good guys and the rookies and make sure they're good. All right, refractors. Devin Williams, Tristan McKenzie, Slammin' Sammy, Pablo Lopez, Andre Dawson, Tom Seaver, Kirby, and Mookie on their refractors. Green Chromes not numbered. Ryan Sandberg, Kutch, Cowser rookie, Larkin, and Wade Boggs. Some short print action. First off, the Going Yard Jordan short print. And then the design variation for Novelli Marte and the Reds. We had 2 black and whites, Max Muncy for the Dodgers, and a very tasty Paul Skeens rookie for the Pirates. Photographer's Proof, Dale Murphy. I believe they're to 10 copies there. Greens, Jackson Chourio and Shota, both rookies, to 99. There's another green chrome, Jeremy Pena. Poiples, Tom Glavine, Mark McGuire, Randy Johnson, and Greg Maddux, all to 75. And then we had the Bregman to 50 on the blue. And then autographs, Darius Vines, Brandon Walter, Beto, Samad Taylor, Hunter Goodman, Zach Remilliard, a very awesome Jim Abbott, and an equally awesome Matt Olson for the Braves Chrome Auto. Very, very cool. All right, folks, again, thanks so much for joining me. I appreciate it. We will be back. Wait, what time is the... Oh, okay. We'll be back with Bowman Draft in about 5-10 minutes. So have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.